Rise above the rest. Introduction. There comes a moment in life when you realize something powerful. You were never meant to be average. Yet everywhere you look, average has become the norm. People wake up without purpose. They move through life without direction. They settle for comfort instead of chasing greatness. They tell themselves, "This is enough. At least I'm doing okay. I'll try someday." But someday never comes. And deep down, you feel it, that quiet voice inside you that refuses to settle, the voice that whispers, "You were made for more." This book is for that voice. Most people don't fail because they lack intelligence, talent, or opportunity. They fail because they blend in. They follow the crowd. They fear standing out. They choose comfort over growth. But the truth is simple. If you do what everyone else does, you will get what everyone else gets. Ordinary life, ordinary results, ordinary regrets. And that's not why you're here. Rise Above the Rest is not just a title. It is a decision, a mindset, a way of life. It means choosing discipline when others choose excuses. It means pushing forward when others quit. It means believing in yourself when no one else does. It means refusing to stay where you are when you know you're capable of more. This journey will not be easy. You will face doubt. You will feel fear. You will be tested in ways you never expected. There will be days when quitting feels easier than continuing, days when your progress feels invisible, days when no one understands your vision. But understand this, everything you want is on the other side of resistance. Rising above the rest is not about being better than others. It's about being better than who you were yesterday. It's about growth. It's about evolution. It's about becoming the strongest, smartest, most disciplined version of yourself. In this book, you will learn how to develop a mindset that separates you from the crowd, break free from limiting beliefs and excuses, build discipline that keeps you moving forward, turn pain, failure, and pressure into power, stay consistent even when motivation fades, create opportunities instead of waiting for them. This is not theory. This is transformation. But here is the truth most people won't tell you. Reading this book will not change your life. Applying it will. So before you go any further, make a decision. Not a weak decision, not a temporary decision, a real one. Decide that you will stop making excuses. You will take full responsibility for your life. You will push yourself beyond your limits. You will rise, no matter what it takes. Because at the end of the day, no one is coming to save you. No one is going to hand you success. No one will do the work for you. It's on you. And that's not a bad thing. That's your power. You have everything you need to rise. The only question is, will you? Got it. I won't include any images in future responses. Thanks for letting me know. What would you like me to work on next? But what they don't realize is this. Avoiding failure is the fastest way to guarantee it. Failure is not the enemy. It is part of the process. Number 3, the influence of the crowd. Humans naturally follow the crowd. If everyone around you is playing small, making excuses, avoiding growth, it becomes normal. And what is normal becomes accepted. You can't rise above the rest if you keep thinking like the rest. Number 4, lack of vision. You cannot rise if you don't know where you're going. Many people live without a clear vision, no defined goals, no long-term plan, no strong purpose. So they drift. They react to life instead of creating it. When there is no vision, average becomes the default. Number 5, instant gratification. We live in a world of now.
quick entertainment, fast money, immediate results. But success doesn't work like that. It requires patience, effort, delayed gratification. Average people choose what feels good now. Exceptional people choose what pays off later. Number 6, excuses and blame. Excuses are easy. I don't have time. I don't have money. I don't have connections. These may feel valid, but they are still limitations. Because there is always someone with less time, with fewer resources, with more obstacles, who still succeeds. Excuses don't change your life. Action does. Number 7, lack of discipline. Discipline is the bridge between goals and results. Without it, plans stay ideas, dreams stay wishes, potential stays unused. Average people act when they feel like it. Exceptional people act regardless of how they feel. Number 8, fear of standing out. Many people stay small to fit in. They dim their light to avoid attention. They hold back to avoid criticism. But here's the truth. You cannot rise above the rest while trying to blend in with them. Standing out requires courage. Chapter closing. Staying average is not a sudden decision. It is a series of small choices made daily. Choosing comfort over growth, choosing fear over action, choosing excuses over responsibility. And over time, those choices create a life that feels safe but unfulfilled. But here's the good news. Average is not permanent. It is a choice, and it can be changed. The moment you decide to think differently, to act differently, to demand more from yourself, everything begins to shift. This book is your invitation to break free, to rise, to become more than what the world expects of you. Because deep down, you already know you were not created to be average. Chapter 2, The Mindset of the Exceptional. There is a line that separates the ordinary from the extraordinary. It is not talent. It is not luck. It is not background. It is mindset. Most people go through life reacting to circumstances. Exceptional people create their circumstances. They don't wait for perfect conditions. They don't blame their past. They don't depend on motivation. They think differently, and that changes everything. Number 1, they take full responsibility. The average person blames their upbringing, the economy, other people. But the exceptional person understands one truth. If it's going to be, it's up to me. They take ownership of their results, their mistakes, their future. This mindset gives them power, because when you take responsibility, you take control. Number 2, they believe before they see. Most people need proof before they believe. Exceptional people do the opposite. They believe before the results show up, before anyone supports them, before the path is clear. This belief is not blind, it is intentional. Your mind must see it before your life can reflect it. Number 3, they see problems as opportunities. Where others see obstacles, they see openings. A setback becomes a lesson. A failure becomes feedback. A delay becomes preparation. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" they ask, "What can I learn from this? How can I use this?" This shift alone separates winners from everyone else. Number 4, they embrace growth, not comfort. Comfort feels safe, but it keeps you stuck. Exceptional people are not addicted to comfort. They are committed to growth. They do things that challenge them, step into unfamiliar territory, accept being uncomfortable. Because they understand growth and comfort cannot exist in the same place. Number 5, they control their inner voice. Every person has an internal voice. For most people, it's negative. You can't do this. You're not good enough. You'll fail. Exceptional people don't silence that voice. They master it. They replace it with, "I will find a way. I am capable. I've overcome worse." Your life will always move in the direction of your dominant thoughts. Number 6, they think long-term. Average thinkers focus on now, quick money, instant pleasure, easy results. Exceptional thinkers focus on the future. They ask, where will this decision take me in 5 years? Is this building the life I want? They are willing to sacrifice short-term comfort for long-term success. Number 7, they act despite fear. Fear never disappears. Even the most successful people feel it. The difference is, average people stop because of fear. Exceptional people move through fear. They understand, courage is not the absence of fear, it's action in spite of it. Number 8, they stay consistent when others quit. Anyone can start, few can continue. Exceptional people show up when they feel motivated, when they don't feel like it, when results are slow. They don't rely on emotions, they rely on commitment. Number 9, they refuse to settle. They don't accept mediocre results, mediocre effort, excuses. They hold themselves to a higher standard, even when no one is watching, even when it's hard, even when it would be easier to quit. Number 10, they know it's a daily choice. Being exceptional is not a one-time decision, it's a daily commitment. Every day you choose discipline or distraction, growth or comfort, excellence or average. And those choices shape your life. Chapter closing. Staying average is not something you are born with. It is something you build, one thought, one decision, one action at a time. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to have everything figured out. You just need to decide, I will no longer think like the crowd. Because the moment your mindset changes, your life begins to change with it.
Chapter 3. Breaking Free from Limitations. The biggest barriers in your life are not outside of you. They are within you. Not your background, not your circumstances, not other people, but the limits you've accepted as truth. Most people live inside invisible boundaries. They don't try because they assume they can't. They don't grow because they believe they're stuck. They don't rise because they've already decided their ceiling. But here's the reality. Your limits are not real until you believe them. 1. The power of limiting beliefs. Limiting beliefs are silent killers of potential. They sound like, I'm not smart enough. I don't have what it takes. People like me don't succeed. These thoughts may feel real, but they are learned. They come from past failures, other people's opinions, society's expectations, and once accepted, they become mental prisons. You don't live the life you want, you live the life you believe you deserve. 2. Question everything you've accepted. To break free, you must challenge your beliefs. Ask yourself, who told me this was my limit? Is this absolutely true? What if I'm capable of more? Most limitations collapse when you question them, because many of them were never facts, just assumptions. 3. Rewrite your inner story. Every person has a story they tell themselves. Average story: I always fail. Nothing works for me. I'm unlucky. Exceptional story: I learn and improve. Every setback strengthens me. I create my own opportunities. The story you repeat becomes the life you live. Change the story and you begin to change your reality. 4. Stop letting your past define you. Your past is a reference point, not a life sentence. Yes, you may have failed before, been rejected, made mistakes, but those moments do not define your future unless you allow them to. You are not your past, you are your decisions moving forward. 5. Step into discomfort. Growth lives outside your comfort zone. If you always do what feels safe, you stay the same, you avoid growth, you reinforce your limits. Breaking free requires discomfort. It means trying new things, taking risks, facing uncertainty.
Discomfort is not a sign to stop. It's a sign you're expanding. 6. Take small, bold actions. You don't break limitations in one giant leap. You break them in small, consistent steps. Speak up when you normally stay quiet. Try when you normally hesitate. Start before you feel ready. Each action sends a message to your mind. I am capable. And over time, that message becomes belief. 7. Surround yourself with expansion. Your environment shapes your thinking. If you're surrounded by negative people, small thinkers, constant doubt, it reinforces your limitations. But when you surround yourself with growth-minded individuals, ambitious thinkers, people who challenge you, your perspective expands. You rise to the level of your environment. 8. Accept that growth takes time. Breaking limitations is not instant. There will be doubt, setbacks, slow progress, but that's part of the process. Don't quit just because it's not happening fast. Every step forward, no matter how small, is still progress. 9. Build a new identity. At some point, it's not about what you do, it's about who you become. Instead of saying, I'm trying to improve, say, I am someone who grows. I am someone who overcomes. When you change your identity, your actions follow. Chapter closing. Breaking free from limitations is not about changing the world around you. It's about changing the way you see yourself. Because the moment you stop believing you are limited, you begin to act without limits. You don't need permission. You don't need perfect conditions. You don't need to have it all figured out. You just need to decide, I refuse to stay where I am. And once you make that decision, there is no limit to how far you can rise.
Chapter 4. Discipline, the silent weapon. Motivation will get you started, but discipline is what keeps you going. Most people wait until they feel like taking action. They wait for the right mood, the right energy, the right moment. But exceptional people understand something powerful. If you only act when you feel like it, you will never reach your full potential. 1. What discipline really means. Discipline is not punishment. It is not suffering. Discipline is self-control in action. It is the ability to do what needs to be done even when you don't feel like doing it, without needing external pressure. It is choosing long-term success over short-term comfort. 2. Why most people lack discipline. Discipline is difficult because comfort is easy. Sleeping in feels better than waking up early. Scrolling feels easier than working. Quitting feels easier than pushing through. And over time, choosing what's easy becomes a habit. Every easy choice today makes tomorrow harder. 3. Discipline builds freedom. At first, discipline feels restrictive, but in reality, it creates freedom. Financial freedom comes from disciplined work. Physical freedom comes from disciplined health habits. Mental freedom comes from disciplined thinking. The more disciplined you become, the more control you gain over your life. 4. Do it even when you don't feel like it. This is where most people fail. They rely on motivation, but motivation is temporary. It comes and goes. Discipline says, I will do it anyway. Whether you feel tired, whether you feel bored, whether you feel discouraged, you show up. Success is built on the days you don't feel like it. 5. Start small, stay consistent. Discipline is not built overnight. You don't go from 0 to unstoppable in one day. You build it through small actions, waking up on time, completing daily tasks, keeping promises to yourself. Each time you follow through, you strengthen your discipline. 6.
Eliminate distractions. Discipline becomes easier when distractions are reduced. Look at what's stealing your time: social media, unproductive habits, negative environments. Remove what weakens your focus. You can't build discipline in a world full of distractions. 7. Create structure in your life. Discipline thrives on structure. Have a daily routine, clear goals, defined priorities. When you plan your life, you reduce decision-making, and that makes discipline easier. 8. Keep promises to yourself. Every time you say, "I'll do it later," "I'll start tomorrow," and you don't follow through, you weaken your self-trust. But every time you keep your word to yourself, you build confidence, you build strength, you build discipline. Self-discipline begins with self-respect. 9. Accept that it will be hard. Discipline is not supposed to be easy. There will be resistance, there will be struggle, there will be days you want to quit. That's normal. The difficulty is what separates you from the rest. 10. Make it a lifestyle. Discipline is not something you turn on and off. It becomes part of who you are. You don't negotiate with your goals. You don't wait for perfect conditions. You don't depend on how you feel. You act, because that's who you are. Chapter closing. Discipline is the silent weapon that gives you an edge over everyone else. It doesn't require talent. It doesn't require luck. It only requires a decision to show up every single day. You may not see results immediately, but over time, discipline compounds. It builds strength, it builds success, it builds the life you once thought was impossible. So the next time you feel like quitting, the next time you feel like delaying, the next time you feel like choosing comfort, remember this: your future is built by what you do today, especially when you don't feel like it. Chapter 5. Embracing pain and pressure. Most people spend their lives trying to avoid pain. They run from discomfort. They fear pressure. They do everything they can to stay in safe, easy situations. But what they don't realize is this: the very thing they are avoiding is the key to their growth. Pain is not your enemy. Pressure is not your enemy. They are your training ground. Chapter 1. Pain is a teacher. Every painful experience carries a lesson. Failure teaches you what doesn't work. Rejection builds emotional strength. Struggles reveal your weaknesses, but only if you are willing to learn. Most people ask, "Why is this happening to me?" Exceptional people ask, "What is this trying to teach me?" Pain becomes powerful when you stop resisting it and start learning from it. Chapter 2. Pressure reveals who you are. Pressure doesn't break you, it reveals you. When things get difficult, some people quit, some people complain, some people rise. Pressure exposes your mindset, your discipline, and your character. You don't truly know yourself until you are tested. Chapter 3. Growth requires discomfort. There is no growth without discomfort. If everything feels easy, you are not being challenged. You are not improving. You are staying the same. Whether it's building a business, learning a skill, changing your life, it will require effort, struggle, and sacrifice. If it doesn't challenge you, it won't change you. Chapter 4. Stop running, start facing. Avoiding pain delays growth. Every time you run, the problem remains, the fear grows, the limitation stays. But when you face it, you gain strength, you build confidence, you take control. The fastest way forward is through. Chapter 5. Turn pain into power. Pain can either destroy you or develop you. The difference is your response. You can use it as an excuse or use it as fuel. Many of the most successful people have turned their struggles into motivation. They used rejection to push harder. They used failure to improve. They used pain to rise. Your pain can become your greatest advantage if you use it right. Chapter 6. Build emotional strength. Physical strength is visible. Emotional strength is hidden, but far more powerful. It allows you to stay calm under pressure, keep going when things are hard, control your reactions. This strength is built through experience, not comfort. Every challenge you face makes you stronger if you don't quit. Chapter 7. Accept that it's part of the journey. There is no path to success without struggle. No one rises without facing obstacles, experiencing setbacks, enduring difficult moments. So instead of asking, "Why is this happening?" start saying, "This is part of the process." What you are going through is preparing you for where you are going. Chapter 8. Stay focused on the bigger picture. Pain feels permanent in the moment, but it's temporary. What matters is what it's leading to. When you stay focused on your vision, the struggle becomes meaningful, the pressure becomes necessary, the pain becomes worth it. Temporary discomfort leads to permanent growth. Chapter closing. Pain will come. Pressure will come. You cannot avoid them, but you can choose how you respond. You can run from it, complain about it, let it break you. Or you can face it, learn from it, use it to become stronger. Because in the end, the people who rise above the rest are not the ones who avoid pain. They are the ones who grow through it. So the next time life gets hard, the next time you feel pressure, the next time you face pain, don't ask, "Why me?" Say, "This is making me stronger."
Chapter 6. The Power of Consistency. Success is not built in one moment. It is built in many moments, repeated over time. Most people are looking for a breakthrough, a big win, a sudden opportunity, a life-changing moment. But what they don't see is this. Breakthroughs are the result of consistent effort. 1. Small actions, big results. Success doesn't come from one massive action. It comes from small efforts, repeated daily, over a long period. One workout won't transform your body. One day of work won't build success. But doing it every day, that changes everything. Consistency turns small actions into powerful results. 2. Why most people fail at consistency. People start strong. They feel motivated. They take action. They make plans. But then they get tired. They get distracted. They don't see quick results. And they quit. The problem is not starting, it's continuing. 3. Consistency beats motivation. Motivation is unreliable. Some days you feel unstoppable. Other days you feel nothing. If you rely on motivation, your progress will be inconsistent. But consistency says, "I will show up no matter how I feel." That's the difference. 4. The compound effect. Consistency creates momentum. Each day you show up, you improve, you learn, you get stronger. And over time, those small improvements add up. What once felt difficult becomes easy. What once seemed impossible becomes achievable. Success compounds, just like interest. 5. Focus on the process, not just the outcome.
Most people focus only on results, the money, the success, the recognition. But results take time. If you only focus on outcomes, you'll get discouraged. Instead, focus on the daily work, the habits, the process. Fall in love with the process and the results will follow. 6. Build daily habits. Consistency is easier when it becomes habit. You don't have to think about it. You just do it. Start with simple habits. Set a fixed time for your work. Create a routine. Remove unnecessary decisions. Over time, discipline becomes automatic. 7. Show up even when it's boring. Not every day will feel exciting. Some days will feel repetitive. Some days will feel slow. Some days will feel pointless. But those days matter the most. The ability to stay consistent when it's boring is what separates winners from everyone else. 8. Measure progress, not perfection. Perfection is the enemy of consistency. If you try to be perfect, you overthink, you delay, you quit when things aren't ideal. Instead, focus on progress, even if it's small, even if it's imperfect. Progress keeps you moving. Perfection keeps you stuck. 9. Stay committed through setbacks. You will miss days. You will make mistakes. You will fall off track. That's normal. What matters is getting back up, continuing forward, not quitting. Consistency is not about being perfect. It's about not giving up. 10. Make consistency your identity. At some point, consistency becomes who you are. You don't ask, "Should I do this today?" You say, "This is what I do." That identity makes your actions automatic. Chapter closing. Consistency is not flashy. It's not exciting. It doesn't happen overnight. But it works. Every single time. While others are starting and stopping, while others are waiting for motivation, while others are giving up, you keep going. Because in the end, it's not the most talented who win. It's not the luckiest who win. It's the most consistent. So show up today, and tomorrow, and the day after that, even when it's hard, even when it's boring, even when no one is watching. Because one day, all those small, consistent efforts will turn into something powerful. And that's when you'll realize consistency was your greatest advantage all along.
Chapter 7. Building unshakable confidence. Confidence is one of the most powerful traits you can develop. It changes how you think. It changes how you act. It changes how others see you. But here's the truth most people misunderstand. Confidence is not something you're born with. It's something you build. 1. Confidence comes from action. Most people wait to feel confident before they act, but it doesn't work that way. Confidence comes after you take action, not before. You speak, then you become more confident speaking. You try, then you become more confident trying. You face fear, then you become more confident facing it. Action creates confidence, not the other way around. 2. Keep promises to yourself. Every time you say you'll do something and don't do it, you weaken your self-trust. And without self-trust, confidence cannot grow. Start small. Set simple goals. Follow through. Build consistency. Each time you keep your word, you send a message to yourself. I can trust myself. And that builds real confidence. 3. Face your fears daily. Fear destroys confidence when you avoid it. But when you face it, even in small ways, you grow stronger. Speak up when you feel nervous. Try something new. Take risks. The goal is not to eliminate fear. The goal is to act despite it. Every fear you face increases your confidence. 4. Stop comparing yourself to others. Comparison is one of the fastest ways to lose confidence. There will always be someone ahead of you,
more skilled than you, more experienced than you. But their journey is not yours. The only person you need to be better than is who you were yesterday. Focus on your progress. Focus on your growth. That's where confidence is built. 5. Improve your competence. Confidence grows when you become better at something. The more you practice, the more skilled you become, the more prepared you feel, and the more confident you act. Whether it's a skill, a business, or a craft, put in the work. Competence creates confidence. 6. Control your inner dialogue. Your mind is always talking. The question is, what is it saying? If your inner voice is negative, like, "I'm not good enough," or "I'll mess this up," it will destroy your confidence. Replace it with, "I can handle this. I am improving. I will figure it out." Speak to yourself like someone you believe in. 7. Accept imperfection. Perfection is an illusion. If you wait until everything is perfect, you'll never start, you'll never grow, you'll stay stuck. Confidence comes from doing things imperfectly and learning as you go. You don't need to be perfect to be powerful. 8. Carry yourself differently. Confidence is not just internal, it shows externally. How you walk, speak, present yourself affects how you feel and how others perceive you. Stand tall, speak clearly, move with purpose. Your body language can strengthen your confidence instantly. 9. Learn to handle criticism. Not everyone will support you. Some will doubt you, some will criticize you, some will try to bring you down. If you let every opinion affect you, your confidence will collapse. Instead, take what is useful, ignore what is not, and keep moving forward. Confidence grows when you stop needing approval. 10. Build it daily. Confidence is not built in one moment. It is built daily through action, through discipline, through growth. Each day you show up, you strengthen it. Each challenge you face, you expand it. Chapter closing. Unshakable confidence is not loud. It's not arrogant. It's not about proving anything to anyone. It's quiet. It's steady. It's the deep belief that no matter what happens, I will find a way. You don't need to have all the answers. You don't need to eliminate fear. You just need to trust yourself enough to move forward. Because in the end, confidence is not about being certain of success. It's about being certain of your ability to handle whatever comes. So take the step, speak up, show up, even if you're unsure, even if you're nervous. Because every time you do, you are building a version of yourself that cannot be shaken.
Chapter 8. Focus. The currency of winners. Success is not about working harder. It's about working smarter. And the key to working smarter is focus. Most people are busy, distracted, and scattered. They chase every opportunity, idea, and trend, but they achieve very little. Exceptional people understand. Your results are determined by what you focus on, not by how busy you are. 1. Focus creates clarity. When your mind is scattered, decisions become harder, actions lose power, energy is wasted. When you focus, you see what truly matters. You direct your energy toward meaningful goals. You move faster and smarter. Clarity comes from focus, and clarity creates results. 2. Eliminate the noise. Distractions are everywhere. Social media, unnecessary notifications, negative people, mindless entertainment. The first step to extraordinary results is removing the noise. What you allow in your mind determines your output. Protect your attention like it's your most valuable resource, because it is. 3. Prioritize ruthlessly. Not everything deserves your attention. Exceptional people focus on what moves the needle. They ask, what is essential?
What will have the biggest impact? What aligns with my long-term vision? Then they ignore the rest. Focus is less about doing more and more about doing the right things. 4. Deep work over shallow work. Most people spend their time in shallow tasks, emails, meetings, social media scrolling. Deep work, the work that matters, requires concentration, intensity, and uninterrupted time. Schedule blocks for deep work, guard them fiercely, treat them like sacred appointments. Results live in deep work, not busy work. 7. Train your mind like a muscle. Focus is not automatic, it's trained. Start small. Meditate for a few minutes daily. Practice single-tasking. Avoid multitasking. Over time, your brain will adapt and distractions will no longer control you. A focused mind is unstoppable. 8. Set clear goals. Focus without direction is wasted energy. Define what you want, why you want it, how you will achieve it. Write it down. Review it daily. Let it guide every action. Clarity of purpose sharpens your focus. 9. Limit your commitments. Saying yes to everything dilutes your results. Exceptional people say no to non-essential tasks, to low-value distractions, to people and activities that don't align with their goals. Every yes to the wrong thing is a no to your success. 10. Use time like a weapon. Time is your most valuable resource. You cannot get it back. Focus means scheduling your highest value tasks first, blocking distractions, protecting your time fiercely. The more intentional you are with your time, the faster you rise. 11. Focus during pressure. Pressure magnifies distractions. When things are chaotic, average people panic and scatter. Exceptional people narrow their focus. They ask, what is most important right now? What can I control? Where should my energy go? Focus under pressure separates winners from the rest. 12. Make focus a habit. Focus is not an occasional effort, it is a daily practice. Begin your day with intention, work without distractions, end your day reviewing what mattered. Master focus and you master results. Chapter closing. Focus is the invisible currency of winners. It doesn't matter how talented you are, how motivated you feel, or how many ideas you have. If your energy is scattered, your results will be average. But when you focus, you cut through noise, you multiply your impact, you rise above the rest. Remember, your life is a reflection of where you put your attention. Guard it, protect it, and focus relentlessly.
Chapter 9. Outworking everyone. There is one advantage that requires no talent, no connections, and no special background. Work ethic. You may not be the smartest. You may not be the most experienced. You may not have the best resources, but you can always choose to work harder than everyone else. When talent doesn't work hard, hard work beats talent every time. 1. Effort is always in your control. You can't control everything in life. You can't control opportunities, other people, external circumstances, but you can always control your effort, your energy, your commitment. Your work ethic is your responsibility and your advantage. 2. Most people do the minimum. Average people do just enough to get by. Just enough effort, just enough focus, just enough discipline, and then they wonder why they don't get extraordinary results. You cannot live an exceptional life with average effort. 3. Go beyond what is expected. If you want to rise above the rest, you must do more than what is required. Stay longer, practice more, learn faster,
push harder. Do what others are unwilling to do. Extra effort separates you instantly. 4. Work when others are not. Success is often built in the unseen hours. Early mornings, late nights, quiet moments when no one is watching. While others are resting, distracting themselves, or making excuses, you are building. What you do in private determines what you achieve in public. 5. Stay consistent with your effort. Working hard once is not enough. You must do it repeatedly, consistently, relentlessly. Some days you will feel strong. Some days you will feel tired. It doesn't matter. Consistency in effort creates unstoppable momentum. 6. Outwork your doubts. There will be moments when you doubt yourself. Moments when your mind says, "You're not good enough. You can't do this." Don't argue with those thoughts. Outwork them. Let your actions silence your doubts. Sacrifice what doesn't matter. To outwork everyone, you must give up things that don't serve your goals. Wasted time, unnecessary distractions, comfort, and ease. This doesn't mean you never rest. It means you prioritize what matters most. Every level of success requires a level of sacrifice. 8. Build endurance. Working hard is not just about intensity, it's about endurance. Can you keep going when you're tired? Stay focused when it's boring? Continue when progress feels slow? That's what separates the committed from the average. Endurance turns effort into results. 9. Stay hungry. The moment you become satisfied, you stop growing. Exceptional people remain hungry. Hungry to improve, hungry to learn, hungry to win. Even after success, they keep pushing. Stay hungry or you will fall behind. 10. Make it your identity. At some point, hard work is no longer something you do. It becomes who you are. You don't look for shortcuts. You don't avoid effort. You don't settle for less. You become the person who outworks everyone. Chapter closing. Outworking everyone is not about proving something to others. It's about proving something to yourself, that you are willing to go further, push harder, stay longer than most people ever will. Because in the end, opportunities may open doors, but it is your work ethic that keeps them open. So show up early, stay late, give more, push harder. Even when it's uncomfortable, even when no one is watching, because one day, your results will speak for you. And when they do, everyone will see what happens when someone refuses to be outworked.
Chapter 10. Turning failure into fuel. Failure is something most people fear. They avoid it. They run from it. They do everything possible to protect themselves from it. But what they don't understand is this. Failure is not the opposite of success. It is part of it. 1. Redefining failure. Failure is not the end. It is feedback. It is information that tells you what didn't work, what needs improvement, what to do differently next time. The only real failure is quitting. If you learn, you haven't failed. You've grown. 2. Everyone fails. Every successful person you admire has failed, many times. They've faced rejection, mistakes, losses, setbacks. The difference is not that they avoided failure, it's that they didn't stop because of it. 3. Remove the fear of failure. Fear of failure keeps people stuck. It stops them from trying new things, taking risks, stepping out of their comfort zone. But think about this. What's worse, failing and learning, or never trying and always wondering? Regret is heavier than failure. 4. Extract the lesson. Every failure carries a lesson, but only if you look for it. Ask yourself, what went wrong? What could I do better? What did this teach me? Failure becomes powerful when it becomes instruction. 5. Detach your identity from failure. Failing at something does not mean you are a failure. It simply means that attempt didn't work. That approach needs adjustment. You are not your mistakes. You are your response to them. 6. Use failure as motivation. Failure can break you or drive you. You can feel defeated or you can feel determined. Let failure push you to work harder, to improve faster, to come back stronger. Turn your setbacks into setups for growth. 7. Build resilience. Each failure you overcome makes you stronger. You develop mental toughness, emotional strength, confidence in your ability to recover. Over time, you stop fearing failure because you know you can handle it. Resilience is built through repeated challenges. 8. Take action again quickly. One of the biggest mistakes people make is waiting too long after failure. They overthink, they hesitate, they lose momentum. Instead, learn the lesson, adjust your approach, take action again. Speed of recovery determines your level of success. 9. Focus on progress, not perfection. Failure often comes from trying to be perfect, but perfection slows you down. Progress moves you forward. Even if it's messy, even if it's imperfect, progress keeps you in the game. 10. Make failure your advantage. Most people stop when they fail. If you don't, you gain an edge. Because while others quit, you learn, adapt, continue. Your willingness to keep going after failure sets you apart. Chapter closing. Failure is not something to avoid. It is something to use. It will test you. It will challenge you. It will push you beyond your limits. But it will also teach you, strengthen you, prepare you. So the next time you fail, don't see it as the end. See it as a step, a lesson, a turning point. Because in the end, the people who rise above the rest are not those who never fail. They are those who refuse to stop. Take the hit, learn the lesson, move forward. Stronger, wiser, better. And remember, every failure carries the fuel you need to succeed if you choose to use it.
Chapter 11. The Circle You Keep. Your environment is stronger than your willpower. You may be motivated, you may be disciplined, you may have big goals. But if the people around you are negative, average, or unmotivated, they will influence you, whether you realize it or not. You don't rise to your goals, you fall to your environment. 1. You become who you surround yourself with. The people in your life shape your mindset, your habits, your standards. If you spend time with people who complain constantly, avoid responsibility, settle for less, that becomes normal to you. But if you surround yourself with people who take action, think big, push themselves, you begin to rise to that level. Your circle sets your standard. 2. The danger of negative influence. Not everyone around you wants to grow. Some people doubt your vision, discourage your ambition, project their fears onto you. They may say things like, "That's too risky. Be realistic. Why don't you just play it safe?" It may sound like concern, but often it's fear. You cannot build a powerful life while surrounded by limiting beliefs. 3. Choose growth over comfort. Sometimes the people you've known the longest are not the ones who will help you grow. And that's difficult, because growth often requires distance, change, and tough decisions. But understand this, not everyone is meant to go where you're going. 4. Seek out people who challenge you. You don't need people who always agree with you. You need people who push you, challenge your thinking, hold you accountable. These are the people who help you grow. Growth happens when you are challenged, not when you are comfortable. 5. Learn from those ahead of you. One of the fastest ways to grow is to be around people who are already where you want to be. They show you what's possible, what it takes, what to avoid. Even if you can't be physically around them, you can read their books, watch their content, study their habits. Exposure expands your vision. 6. Protect your energy. Not everyone deserves access to your time and energy. Be selective. Limit time with people who drain you, distract you, or bring negativity into your life. Protecting your energy is protecting your future. 7. Build a supportive circle. The right circle will encourage your growth, support your goals, and celebrate your wins. They don't compete with you, they grow with you. A strong circle multiplies your strength. 8. Be the standard. Don't just look for better people, become better yourself. Be disciplined, be focused, be driven. Set the example. The energy you bring attracts the people you keep. 9. Limit exposure to the wrong voices. Today, your circle is not just physical, it's digital. What you consume matters. Social media, videos, conversations. If you constantly consume negativity or distractions, it shapes your thinking. Your mind becomes what you feed it. 10. Grow together or grow apart. As you evolve, your relationships may change. Some people will grow with you, some will not, and that's okay. Growth requires alignment, and not everyone will align with your journey. Chapter closing. The people around you are not just part of your life, they are shaping it. Every conversation, every influence, every interaction, so choose wisely. Choose people who elevate you, challenge you, inspire you, and distance yourself from what pulls you down. Because in the end, you cannot live an exceptional life surrounded by average thinking. Raise your standards, protect your energy, build your circle with intention, and watch how your life begins to change. Because when you upgrade your environment, you upgrade yourself.
Chapter 12. Mastering Time and Energy. Time is the one thing you can never get back. You can lose money and earn it again. You can fail and try again. But time? Once it's gone forever. Your life is the result of how you spend your time and how you manage your energy. 1. Time is your most valuable asset. Everyone has the same 24 hours. The difference is how they use them. Average people waste time, delay action, live without structure. Exceptional people plan their time, use it intentionally, invest it wisely. If you don't control your time, something else will. 2. Stop wasting time on what doesn't matter. Take a moment and ask yourself, where is your time going? Endless scrolling? Unproductive conversations? Activities that don't move you forward? These small distractions add up. What seems harmless in the moment can cost you your future. 3. Focus on high-value activities. Not all tasks are equal. Some tasks move your life forward, others just keep you busy. Focus on skill development, income-generating activities, personal growth. Do more of what matters and less of what doesn't. 4. Plan your days with purpose. If you don't plan your day, you will react to it. Start each day with clear priorities, defined tasks, and a structured schedule. Know what must be done and do it first. A planned day is a productive day. 5. Manage your energy, not just your time. Time alone is not enough. You also need energy. You can have time, but if you're tired, distracted, or drained, you won't perform at your best. Protect your energy by getting enough rest, taking care of your health, avoiding unnecessary stress. High energy leads to high performance. 6. Work when you're most productive. Everyone has peak hours, times when you are more focused, more creative, more effective. Identify those hours and use them for your most important work. Don't waste your best energy on low-value tasks. 7. Learn to say no. Every time you say yes to something, you are saying no to something else. Be selective. Say no to distractions, time wasters, things that don't align with your goals. Saying no protects your time and your future. 8. Avoid burnout. Working hard is important, but overworking without balance leads to burnout. Burnout leads to loss of focus, decreased productivity, mental exhaustion. Take time to rest, recharge, reset. Rest is not weakness, it's part of the process. 9. Build systems, not just effort. Effort is important, but systems make things easier. Create routines that save time, reduce decision-making, increase efficiency. When your life is structured, success becomes more consistent. Systems turn effort into results. 10. Respect your time. If you don't value your time, no one else will. Stop procrastinating, delaying important tasks, treating time casually. Start treating your time like it matters, because it does. How you respect your time determines how your life unfolds. Chapter closing. Time and energy are your greatest resources. Use them wisely and you can build anything. Waste them and you will stay stuck no matter how much potential you have. Every day you are given 24 hours. You can waste them, you can spend them, or you can invest them. Because in the end, your future is not created by chance, it is created by how you use your time today. So plan your days, protect your energy, focus on what matters. And remember, master your time, master your energy, and you will master your life.
Chapter 13. Becoming mentally unstoppable. Your greatest strength or your greatest weakness lives in your mind. Before anything happens in your life, it happens in your thoughts. Before success shows up on the outside, it is built on the inside. That's why mental strength is everything. If you can control your mind, you can control your life. 1. The battle is internal. Most people think their biggest challenges are external. Lack of money, lack of opportunities, lack of support. But the real battle is within. Self-doubt, fear, negative thinking. These are the forces that stop people before they even begin. You don't lose in life, you lose in your mind first. 2. Train your mind daily. Just like your body, your mind needs training. If you don't train it, it becomes weak. Train your mind through discipline, positive thinking, focused action. Feed it with growth, knowledge, purpose. A trained mind works for you. An untrained mind works against you. 3. Control your thoughts. You cannot stop thoughts from coming, but you can control which ones you accept. When negative thoughts appear, don't entertain them. Don't believe them blindly. Replace them with stronger ones. I can handle this. I will improve. I will find a way. You become what you repeatedly think. 4. Stay calm under pressure. Pressure is part of growth. Situations will test you. Challenges will push you. The difference is how you respond. Average minds panic. Strong minds stay calm and think clearly. Calmness is power in difficult moments. 5. Build mental toughness through challenges. Mental strength is not built in comfort. It is built when things go wrong, you feel like quitting, you are pushed beyond your limits. Every challenge you face strengthens your mind if you don't give up. Hard times are mental training in disguise. 6. Detach from emotions when necessary. Emotions are powerful, but they can also mislead you. If you act based on emotion alone, you make poor decisions,
You lose focus, you give up too quickly. Learn to feel emotions, but not be controlled by them. Discipline must be stronger than emotion. 7. Focus on what you can control. Worrying about what you can't control wastes energy. You cannot control other people, unexpected events, external outcomes, but you can control your effort, your mindset, your response. Power comes from focusing on what's in your control. 8. Build resilience. Life will test you again and again. There will be setbacks, disappointments, unexpected obstacles. Resilience means getting back up, continuing forward, refusing to quit. It's not about avoiding challenges, it's about surviving and growing through them. 9. Build self-belief. If you don't believe in yourself, nothing else will matter. Self-belief is not arrogance, it is trust. Trust that you can learn, you can improve, you can overcome, even when things are uncertain. Your belief in yourself sets the limit for your life. 10. Never give up on yourself. There will be moments when everything feels difficult, moments when progress is slow, moments when you feel alone. But no matter what happens, do not give up on yourself, because the moment you quit mentally, everything else follows. Chapter closing. Being mentally unstoppable does not mean you never feel fear. It means fear does not control you. It means doubt does not stop you. It means challenges do not break you. You think stronger, you act smarter, you push forward no matter what. Because in the end, the strongest people are not those who never struggle. They are those who refuse to stay down. Train your mind, control your thoughts, strengthen your belief. And when life tests you, you won't break. You will rise.
Chapter 14. Creating your own opportunities. Most people wait. They wait for the right moment. They wait for the right connection. They wait for someone to give them a chance. And while they wait, nothing happens. But exceptional people don't wait. They create the opportunities others are waiting for. 1. Stop waiting for permission. You don't need approval to start. You don't need someone to validate your idea, give you a green light, tell you you're ready. Because the truth is, you will never feel 100% ready. Start anyway. 2. Take initiative. Opportunities often hide behind action. Apply before you feel qualified. Start before you feel prepared. Try before you feel confident. Most people hesitate. Few people act. Action creates access. 3. Build your own path. You don't have to follow the traditional route. If the door doesn't open, create a new one. Learn skills online. Start small projects. Build something from nothing. You are not limited to the paths that already exist. 4. Turn problems into opportunities. When you see a problem, others complain, others ignore it. But exceptional people ask, how can I solve this? How can I benefit from this? The bigger the problem you solve, the bigger the opportunity you create. 5. Use what you have. Many people delay because they think they need more money, more knowledge, more resources. But the truth is, you can start with what you already have. Use your skills, time, creativity. Start small. Grow from there. 6. Be visible. Opportunities come to those who are seen. If no one knows what you can do, no one will give you a chance. Share your work. Speak up. Show your value. Visibility creates possibility. 7. Learn constantly. The more you know, the more you can do. The more you can do, the more opportunities you create. Invest in knowledge, skills, and personal growth. Learning expands your options. 8. Network with purpose. Relationships open doors. Connect with people who inspire you, challenge you, or doing what you want to do. Not for selfish reasons, but for growth and collaboration. One connection can change your direction. 9. Take risks. Opportunities often come disguised as risks. Starting something new, trying something uncertain, stepping into the unknown. Most people avoid risk, but without risk, there is no reward. 10. Stay ready. Opportunities don't always come when you expect them, but when they do, you must be ready. Improve your skills, strengthen your mindset, stay prepared, so when the moment comes, you don't hesitate. Preparation meets opportunity, and that's where success is born. Chapter closing. Opportunities are not reserved for the lucky. They are created by the bold, by those who take action, think differently, refuse to wait. You don't need perfect conditions. You don't need a perfect plan. You just need to start. Because in the end, the people who rise above the rest are not those who wait for opportunity. They are the ones who create it. So take the step, make the move, start where you are. And remember, your future is not found, it is built.
Chapter 15. Leaving a legacy. At some point, success stops being just about you. It becomes about what you leave behind. Not just money, not just achievements, but impact. A true life of greatness is measured by the lives you touch. 1. Success is more than personal gain. Many people chase success for money, status, recognition, and while those things matter, they are not enough. Because at the end of the day, the question is, what difference did you make? 2. Think beyond yourself. Average thinking is focused on self. What can I get? What do I gain? Exceptional thinking asks, what can I give? Who can I help? The more value you create for others, the more meaningful your life becomes. 3. Impact over attention. Attention fades. Fame disappears. Recognition comes and goes, but impact lasts. When you help others grow, inspire people to act, change someone's life, that stays. Focus on impact, not applause. 4. Use your story. Your journey matters. Your struggles, your failures, your victories, they are not just for you. They are meant to inspire others, teach others, guide others. Your story could be someone else's breakthrough. 5. Build something that lasts. A legacy is not built overnight. It is built over time through consistent effort, meaningful work, purpose-driven action. It could be a business, a movement, a message. Create something that continues even when you are not there. 6. Lead by example. People don't just listen to what you say, they watch what you do. Your actions inspire, influence, set the standard. Live in a way that others can learn from. Your life is your message. 7. Uplift others. Success becomes powerful when it is shared. Help others grow, learn, succeed. When you lift others, you multiply your impact. Legacy is built by what you give, not just what you achieve. 8. Stay true to your values. Your legacy is shaped by your character, not just your success. Stay grounded in integrity, honesty, purpose. Who you are matters more than what you have.
9. Think long-term. Legacy requires vision. Think beyond today. Think beyond short-term wins. Ask yourself, what will matter in 10 years? What will people remember me for? Long-term thinking creates lasting impact. 10. Start now. You don't build a legacy later. You build it now. Through your actions, your choices, your mindset. Every day is an opportunity to shape what you leave behind. Legacy is not a future act. It is a daily decision. Chapter closing. One day, your journey will be a story. The question is, what will it say? Will it say you played it safe, or will it say you took risks? Will it say you followed the crowd, or will it say you rose above the rest? Because in the end, you are not remembered for what you had. You are remembered for what you gave. So live with purpose, act with intention, build something that matters. And when your time comes, let your life be proof that you didn't just exist, you made an impact.
Conclusion. Your rise begins now. You've reached the end of this book, but this is not the end of your journey. It's the beginning. Everything you've read means nothing if you don't act. Knowledge alone does not change your life. Understanding alone does not create results. Action is what separates those who dream from those who rise. You now know what it takes. The mindset of the exceptional, the discipline to stay consistent, the strength to embrace pain, the focus to eliminate distractions, the courage to face failure, the power to create your own opportunities. The question is, what will you do with it? Number 1, make the decision. Your life changes the moment you decide. Not wish, not hope, not try. Decide. Decide that you will no longer settle. You will no longer make excuses. You will no longer live below your potential. One real decision can change everything. Number 2, take responsibility. No one is coming to save you. No one will do the work for you. And that's not a limitation. It's your power, because it means your future is in your hands. Number 3, start where you are. You don't need perfect conditions. You don't need more time. You don't need more resources. You just need to start. Start small. Start imperfectly. Start now. Progress begins the moment you take action. Number 5, stay consistent. You won't see results immediately. There will be days when it feels slow, when it feels hard, when it feels like nothing is working. Keep going. Consistency will take you where motivation cannot. Number 6, embrace the journey. This path is not easy. There will be challenges, setbacks, doubt, but that's what makes it worth it, because every struggle is shaping you into someone stronger. The journey is not the obstacle. It is the transformation. Number 7, become who you're meant to be. This is not just about success. It's about who you become in the process. More disciplined, more focused, more resilient, more powerful. You are not just building a life, you are building yourself. Final message. Right now, you have a choice. To go back to old habits or to step into a new version of yourself. To stay comfortable or to rise above the rest. Because in the end, your life will reflect your choices, not your intentions, not your plans, your actions. So take the step, push forward, stay committed, even when it's hard, even when no one is watching, even when you feel like quitting. Because one day, you will look back and you will realize that everything changed the moment you decided to rise. You are capable, you are powerful, and your time is now. Rise above the rest.